Right, the last time one of the quirkiest Big Brother housemates to date was on, she told us that she was going to write a book. And what Nikki Grahame says she's going to do, Nikki Grahame usually does. This girl has got spirit.
I really like it here. I think it's absolutely unbelievable. I was born to just have money, and I haven't got any. Everyone's really nice so far.
You've done nothing. You're just moaning. You're like a child.
She's so absorbed. Me. I can't get my MP3 player to work. Who is she? Where did you find her? It's just really about kissing me. I'm so cold! So happy to be here. Oh. So I'm just making the most of every second. I'm a drama queen.
I think she's great. This is a book, Dying to be Thin, serious subject. So come on in, Nikki, and tell us about it.
How are you doing? Okay.
So you've been and gone and done it. Last time you were here, you said you were going to write a book, and this is what I call a book. I mean, we are looking at, getting on for 300 pages, and it's very, very good. It's very interesting. Which, and I apologise straight away for that faint tone of surprise. Why should we be? You're really unusual. I mean, you come out of Big Brother, and you carve a career as a presenter. You've done a lot of stuff. You've got a column. And now you write a book. And the inspiration behind it was this terrible thing that happened when you were 8, wasn't it?
Yeah, nearly 20 years ago now.
Right. It just overnight anorexia sort of just got you by the throat, almost in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because of some stupid comment somebody made in the gym.
You were a little girl in a leotard, were you? And
yeah.
Was it a dance class or something?
I was doing gymnastics. I was in the Hillingdon squad at the time, and my mum and dad were battling through a divorce, and I suppose it was my way of controlling part of my life, because I felt at the time that I had no control over anything, and it was a way of getting attention, getting my mum and dad to notice me.
But did you think that you looked fat? We've just seen that little photograph of you wearing your leotard. I think you must have been about 7 or 8 or something like that.
But somebody did call you fat, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So that gave you that was the start of it.
It was. I wasn't meeting the grades at gymnastics, and it took one comment off a girl to say, "Oh, your bum's sticking out," and I thought, right, well, I'm going to do something about this, because the other girls were better than me and they were skinnier than me.
So did you just stop eating?
I gradually cut down. I didn't learn about calories till I was about 10, but I knew about fat content, so I knew that cakes and chocolate and crisps were bad for you, so I started just eating fruit, and like, I'd go to my friends' birthday parties and pick the fruit out the trifle, and like, I knew about things like that, and I'd do like 12 hours gymnastics a week training, and when I got home I'd run up and down the slope to the garage. And
you got very ill, didn't you? I mean, you were hospitalised. You spent several years actually in and out of clinics and institutions, didn't you? And you feel, you say in your book, it did feel like an issue of control. Even feeding tubes, you used to rip them out, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to have like tubes put down me, like the nasogastric tubes. I'd just rip them out and snap them in half, and it's really bad because that's costing the NHS. And I was.
Oh, you were ill. You were ill. You can't feel guilty about something which is an affliction like that. But who was it? I mean, we've skipped forward a bit. Who was it who first kind of shook their head and said that kid's got an eating problem? Who first identified it?
Well, it took quite a few visits to the GP. My mum took me down a few times, and they just said, "Oh, you know, it's unheard of a child of 8 years old to have an eating." Yeah. And they said, "Oh, she's just going through a phase. Just take her home and give her a nice dinner." But it wasn't as easy as that.
Were you very good at hiding it? I mean, like most people with daughters, we have friends of hers who've been in the house who've got issues, and they're really good at hiding it. Were you skilled at kidding everybody that you were eating normally?
Well, yeah, I taught myself. I used to, in the beginning stages, it was quite easy to pull the wool over my mum's eyes. I'd get up early and I'd put some crumbs on a plate and say, oh, yeah, I've had breakfast today, Mum, and I've had lunch, when I've given all my crisps and chocolate out to my friends and thrown my sandwiches in the bin.
You are still very slender, Nikki. I mean, you look at your arms are absolutely tiny. Do you still have issues with the eating?
I think with me, because I was ill for so many years, I will always be very aware of my body shape and how much I eat and how much I exercise. And I've lived nearly 10 years out of hospital now, well, 8 years.
Since you were 16, is that right?
I had my last admission when I was 19.
And what helped you turn the corner?
I was in 3 adult wards, and all the years I was ill, I spent 11 years in total in hospitals and institutions.
What's the long-term effect been on your body? I mean, people talk about, for a woman, I mean, her fertility can be compromised by extreme thinness, can't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've caused myself acute osteoporosis in my spine, and I've got osteoporosis in my hip, and I've never had a period, so I can't have children.
Goodness. So osteoporosis is what women get in their, you know, in their late 60s, 70s. And here are you. How old are you now?
I'm 27.
I asked you what the turning point was, and obviously you were about to say that it was going into an adult ward, which put a different sort of light on everything. But you know, having looked at the book, it seems to me that at some point in recent years, for me, this is the key to so many kids who do beat anorexia or learn to live with it and stay on top of it. You've discovered the preciousness of life, the joy of life.
Yeah.
You know, the big deal, actually, what it is to be here, to be around, and you now savour your life and enjoy it. And then to enjoy it, you have to eat. So you've learnt to take care of yourself so you can enjoy your life.
Yeah.
And you say Big Brother was a part of that. Being in the Big Brother house was, yeah. Wasn't that
because
interesting?
when I finally decided to beat the illness, I actually ran away from hospital and came home for a couple of days, and I saw it's the first time in 4 years I'd experienced the outside world outside of institutions. And for me, that was enough to make me think, actually, there is a place for me outside in this world. And when I came out of hospital, unfortunately, I had no qualifications. I'd missed all my growing up years. I'd missed all my schooling. All my friends had moved on. I had nothing going for me. So I got myself on a couple of courses. Like I did a beauty MBQ, and then got a little job with Clarins, and gradually started to rebuild my life. And then I applied for Big Brother, and that in itself helped me, like, combat so many of demons that were still there.
OK, well, look, we're going to the break. Stay here, because after the break we've got a little bit of a surprise for you.
But congratulations on your book. And it does a really good job. And if I think anyone who's got a daughter who's going down into that valley that you went into, it's well worth having a look at it. And there's lots of help numbers and advice and stuff in the back as well. It's really good. Well done.
Thanks.
OK, we're back in a minute.
During the break, Nikki said, well, have you actually read the book then? I said, yes, it's our job, it's what we're here for, we have to look at these things. But so what's next for you then?
Well, what I'd love to do this year is to open my own drop-in centre where people suffering with the illness can come in and get one-to-one therapy from people like I would give therapy myself, and other people there that have also been through the illness and come out the other side.
Brilliant. Well, good for you. You really, when you said about a year ago you were going to get onto this, you really have got onto it. Congratulations. We should have a bit of fun in the bar.
Oh, no, not yet, because we've got to see something first.
What we've got to see first? I'm all at sea here, Judy. I've lost my way.
We've got to
I'm blindfolded without a torch.
We've got...
Where are we?
We've got to see a clip
from
your own reality show.
Oh, yes,
Princess
of course.
Nikki.
Princess Nikki, when you had to do these mad jobs. This is you on the farm.